This is a perfect, smooth, glossy sauce. In France it's called béchamel, and in England a white sauce. And once you know how to make it, it's the basis of countless variations. But first of all, to make flour-based sauces, it's absolutely vital to have the right sauce pan. This one, like our cookery school frying pan and cake tins, is made from heavy gauge aluminium, which has always been the best conductor of heat for cooking. So we're going to kick off with a very easy basic white sauce. I call this all-in-one because all the ingredients are placed in the pan. We begin by combining what we used to call a pint, or 570 ml of milk, 25 grams of what's called sauce flour, and 50 grams of block butter cut into chunks. Add some seasoning and switch on the heat to medium. A balloon whisk is the best thing to use to make a sauce. So just begin to combine the milk, butter, flour and seasoning like this. If you're on a low-fat diet, you can make a fat-free version with just cold milk and sauce flour. While this is happening, let me explain that one very innovative flour mill in Cumbria invented a special flour that would blend into sauces more easily. Lumps always worry people, but let me reassure you, when fat is present, i.e. butter, it absorbs the flour. You're never going to have any lumps. So see how very, very easy that was. As soon as it reaches simmering point, the flour grains will have released their starch and the sauce will be thickened. All you need to do now is turn the heat down to its lowest setting and let the sauce cook very gently for 5 minutes. This takes away the raw taste from the flour. Now let me show you how smooth and glossy this is. Then just taste and check the seasoning. After that, pour it into a jug and see how none of it has stuck to the base of the saucepan. Let me now show you what happens if you don't have the right pan. It can stick to the base and scorch it, so your sauce is spoiled with speckles of scorched bits. Once you know how to make a basic white sauce, you can add other ingredients. Different cheeses, mushrooms, leeks. This one is a parsley sauce for fish, which has parsley, a squeeze of lemon, and a little cream added at the end. Now for a different method. This is going to be an onion and mustard sauce. This isn't an all-in-one sauce. They don't work when you have hot liquid because flour and hot liquid go lumpy. It's made with gammon stock for extra flavour. And in my saucepan I've got 1 large chopped onion, and that's been softening in 25 grams of butter. It's important not to colour the onion, so keep the heat really gentle, and it will take about 20 minutes. Now I'm going to stir in 25 grams of sauce flour and 1 heaped teaspoon of mustard powder, which will blend with the butter and become completely smooth. Then start to add 175 ml of milk, a little at a time, blending it with a wooden spoon as each addition goes in. Now turn the heat up to medium, and after that I'm going to gradually add 175 ml of the liquid from the boiled gammon and let it cook on a gentle heat for about 5 minutes. Finally, add a heaped teaspoon of grain mustard and a little bit of butter . Then just taste and check the seasoning. This is excellent served with boiled gammon or a bacon joint. There's also an onion sauce made with rosemary for lamb here online. Now I'm going to show you another variation. This time the sauce is going to be made with wine, and it's for a recipe called Scallops in the Shell. So here I've got 6 large fresh plump scallops, and all you have to do is separate the corals from the whites and slice the white part. Then, if the corals are large, slice them in half. The liquid I'm using is wine, and in this case, it's a dry vermouth, which has a lovely affinity with fish, but you can use white wine or cider. The white part of the scallops are then very briefly poached, just for 30 seconds, and removed. Then the corals are poached for 1 minute. Now for the very special sauce. In the saucepan here I've been gently cooking shallots and mushrooms in butter. Then the flour is added as before, and this butter and flour mixture is what the French call a roux. Then add the hot poaching liquid a little at a time to make a smooth, silky sauce. Just add some butter and double cream. The scallops are then combined with the sauce and then spooned into the scallop shells, or you can use gratin dishes. Sprinkle with breadcrumbs and Parmesan cheese and place under a hot, preheated grill until brown and bubbling, and that'll take about 3 to 4 minutes. If you want to prepare them ahead, you can bake them from cold in a preheated oven, 200 degrees centigrade, gas mark 6, and they'll take 30 minutes.